Welcome to Puritypoints. It's your girl Chanel Renee, and today I want to deal with how to heal from a broken heart. Broken hearts are so complex. It can take like 2 seconds to fall in love with somebody. Like one look, one dinner with their family, one something can just make you fall in love, and then it can take weeks, months, and unfortunately sometimes years for your heart to get back to this place of wholeness. And that's not how that should be, right? So how do you heal from this? So the first step is to completely leave it alone. I mean, text messages, pictures, the teddy bear that they won for you at the carnival, all of those things. Don't look at their Facebook. Don't look at their IG page. Don't do anything that's going to put you back into that state that you're trying to be healed from. And a lot of times, relationships, they end on good terms. And it's like, oh, well, can't we just be friends? Not now. I'm still trying to recover. I'm still trying to heal from where my heart was. And your heart gets broken based on hopelessness, basically. So you had your hopes set on something. It was gonna happen. You saw it, you could taste it, you could feel it. It's you and that person every day. They're your best friend, whatever the case may be, and it's gone. That dream that you had, that you guys were building together, is no longer gonna happen. And it causes your heart to break because it was so hopeful on something that's not gonna happen. And we don't know how to deal with that. We don't know how to deal with what we were able to see no longer happen anymore. So that's how our heart gets broken. And in order to get to a better place, we do have to leave it alone so that our heart has time to breathe. What happens when you cut yourself? You gotta leave it alone. Like, you run water under that cut. It hurts. You put pressure to it. It hurts. You put a Band-Aid on it. It hurts. It's like everything you do hurts. So if that person is, you're trying to talk to them, or, you keep looking at the text messages, everything that you do still hurts because you haven't had time to breathe. So you have to completely leave it alone and anything associated with it. The second way that we can heal our broken hearts is to forgive. And the first step applies so much because a lot of times we can't get to this place of forgiving without having had time to breathe. So forgiving, sometimes you want to do it, sometimes you don't, and 90% of the time you don't. But that's what helps, is you forgive on those days where you want to, and you forgive on those days where you don't want to. But you at least have to have that time frame where you haven't been in contact or haven't had that person in your mind for such a long time, that you can get to a place and look at things from a different point of view and forgive. And hey, maybe the relationship ended on good terms, and you don't even need to forgive that person, but you have to get on better terms with God, because you're blaming God for what happened, and you're mad at him because, hey, everything was going fine and you let this happen. Or maybe God told you to specifically not date this person any longer, and there was nothing wrong with the person, there was nothing wrong with the relationship, it just wasn't the best that God has for you. And that's painful and it makes no sense, but we have to lean not into our own understanding. So maybe you don't need to forgive, but you have to get to a point where you're not leaning on your own understanding and you're allowing God to do what God is going to do. And the third way that we're able to heal our hearts is prayer and fasting. And I know that this one is like, great, I don't want to do that. But the thing with prayer and fasting is it provides so much clarity, and the only way we know that is when we actually do it. And it doesn't have to be food, sometimes that can be done in an unhealthy way. So we have to be careful with that too. But, I think you should always fast from whatever is distracting you from reaching a higher level. So whatever's distracting you from reaching a whole heart, whether it's music, whether it's a certain type of movie, whether it's friends, whether it's social media, whatever it is, or certain social media pages, you're looking at like wedding dresses and stuff like that, and the wedding is no longer gonna occur. Okay, that's something that should not be happening. It's causing your heart to still be in this place of vulnerability. So you only are the person who knows what to fast from. You do. You really, really do. I bet you know. But and it's probably that one thing where you're like, no, I don't. I mean, nah, it can't be that. Nah. Or it's that one thing where you're like, but I really don't want to because it makes me feel better. And in reality, it's not making you feel better. It's keeping you in that same state. There's certain TV shows that we watch. There's certain music that we listen to. And it doesn't make us feel better. It's keeping us in that state. We might feel great while we're singing along to the song, or we're watching TV and that couple that's on TV reminds me of me and him, but we're no longer together. But that gives me that little glimpse of hope. And not just that little glimpse of hope, but it gives me a little fix of him because he reminds me of him on the TV show. And it just spirals. And you know how our minds think. They do go down these routes. And, subliminally, we might be keeping ourselves in this state. So prayer and fasting is something that helps pull us away from things that are keeping us in a bound space. And it provides us with so much clarity and draws us closer to God. And that is the one thing that we want to do during this time of singleness, is be closer to him, so that when he brings the right person, we're at least able to maintain this amazing relationship that we've worked so hard on with God, and continue to go in the purpose that he has for us. So I pray that this video truly has helped you, but most importantly, I pray that you are one step closer to having a whole and healed heart. Share this video, like this video, and be healed.